So last time, after leaving the Lonely Crow and finally making your way towards Rain, or setting on the path towards Rain, you've found yourself a magic trader who was heading exactly the same direction as you, as well as you've stayed overnight in two houses made by Thaddeus' magic. After that, the following morning, you've awakened and set afoot on your journey, finding a merchant in trouble, which in turn you've helped get out of the ditch. You begin to travel with him, and then you found another set of tracks that was going off into a grove. Followed, or most of you followed, and you found a group of thugs who did steal from the merchant. After a short brawl, you've managed to retrieve the goods, having to take a short rest after one of your party member took a heavy beating. Where are we at then?
Ashes.
I think he full disconnected too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so that picture that I sent, that's the weather.
I forgot what information we got. Like, wasn't like the...
Is that heat?
That's Rain.
That's Rain. What information?
The interrogation.
So you've learned the name of the guy who hired them. You don't know the name of the ranger, and you know where they came from.
Naz is the head of a merchant business, hired Baron and his boys to transport goods. They attacked and robbed a merchant after selling the goods to him, worked with a powerful archer that took off with a chest containing the relic of the Dwarven. Dwarven what? I don't know.
So here's another thing. I wrote in my notes that the grass bottle, which is the halfling, lied. The bandits were delivery men. So they're basically paid off. But where did the bandits come from?
You were given a city. Did you write it down, Thaddeus?
No. No, because we were told the town before we fought the bandits.
I know that the halfling merchant came from Digvall.
Yeah.
He went somewhere, and that's where the bandits were from.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess I can remind you. So, the bandits came from... Briar Glen.
Briar? When?
I send it in general.
Ah, I was so close.
Different way to spell Briar and also one N. Of course.
Cannot be so simple.
I actually like this music.
I was gonna say, like, this is jam.
Alrighty. That's in my notes. I'm almost done building and fixing this.
Okay, yeah, so you did find a piece of branch, a thicker branch that you could substitute for the rain holding part of where you attach the horses equipment to the wagon or cart. So have you been role-playing anything while I was preparing, while I was gone?
No.
Okay, so
Alrighty.
so you're fixing the cart, Danko, and then everyone else is taking a short rest.
Where's Dexter?
Dexter
Dexter's
stayed with
us.
the merchant.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Just give me some time to fix this. I'll be quick.
Take your time. We only got to chase after a bandit. Ash, you feeling better?
Not here.
He's not here. So.
I'm gonna write down what type of tools I have on my character.
What kinds of tools do you have?
Well, these tools, Tinker tools and Jules tools, but I'm talking about specifics.
Like what tools are in each kit? I think is what he's talking
Yeah.
about.
So I could be a little bit more.
All right, he's back on mobile.
Hey.
Hello?
Is that Storm Train? Yeah.
Yeah, knocked my power out.
Oh,
Ah,
That was good timing on its part. But
Yeah.
it was worse than a knockout. It browned it out. So my computer flickered right afterwards. I'm like, oh shit.
oh.
is it connected to? Is it connected to the wall or is it connected to a surge protector?
Surge.
Okay.
I wasn't too dumb about it. But
Good. Okay,
it looks like it's out again.
Danko, would you like to roll some Tinker's tools for me?
Sure. Bam.
And
17.
and you're using mending on to finish repairing the broken one, or nearly broken. That you've mostly fixed last time.
Whatever one which you rather prefer, mending or Tinker's tools.
Yeah, no, I mean that it's you're using both.
Okay.
So yeah, it takes you a good part of an hour, but you manage to get the whole cart fixed, and the horse is securely attached to it.
One last hit. Alrighty. It's done.
Well done.
Good job, Dunkel.
Thank you.
I would like
You're
to
good.
examine the arrows that were recently inside me.
Okay. Roll investigation.
I'm the best.
Crap.
I can assist you.
Yeah.
Me.
Roll investigation.
Oh
I'm
no.
assisting you. I'm assisting you.
Okay. Thank you.
I might know.
You yoink it out. You throw it on the ground. Tally says, "Oh, Elvin made."
Oh yeah, you're on the phone, so you have to.
I cannot actually.
Do you want me to roll
Roll.
it for you?
Do you want to do?
Yeah, could you roll? Can you just click investigation on my character sheet for me?
Yes, I can.
Should be able to-
Yeah.
That's a 14.
I'm assisting
Okay.
him, so he gets 2 rolls.
Okay. Investigating the arrows, you don't find anything
Okay.
spectacular about them. They are a normal set of arrows, not like a cheap kind, but like a normal standard kind. And except for the blood that's on the arrows, there's nothing really that indicates any origin or anything like that.
Like they're just normal arrowheads. They're not like fucky wucky in any kind.
No, they are not special in any
Store
kind.
bought.
Okay.
Okay.
At least they're not like fucking tri-tip. That way, like fucking hurts more
Yeah.
coming out.
It does extra damage pulling them out. That would suck.
Oh, I want to make that a mechanic in my games. Some arrows are.
So we're gonna be heading now.
We should probably go check on that halfling and Dexter.
Goodbye, Ash again.
He was a brave one, playing during a blackout.
Why it can never go just how we want it to go.
Just let us fucking play the game, world.
Okay, so what is your move?
I think we're just gonna head back now.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to check on the halfling merchant.
So you have a cart with everything except for one item that has been stolen from Horton, and you have a horse, and you have another horse. Large profits, boys.
I see this as an absolute win.
I mean, we could just take the card and run.
Did everyone get the money that I split up, by the way?
I don't remember. How much?
Yeah, just have to scroll up.
I have 20 GP on me. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you didn't get the split. I just made everyone take the money at the moment. God, we talk too fucking much in this chat.
We need to have a different, like, text chat just specifically for in-game shit.
On the
Like,
Discord.
Other, like gold and items, right?
Yeah, on the Discord.
There you
Ooh,
go.
I got a whetstone?
Get a monster hunter sharpen your.
It's
bow.
gonna be underneath the general.
Okay.
Okay, so you're making your way back, yes?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Traveling back the same way that you came. It takes you about 10 minutes to get back with the horse and, well, with 2 horses and a cart. Getting it through the uneven terrain. Trying to get over the potholes and puddles after the recent rain. Not too hard. Okay. As you're approaching the edge of the forest, a Horton sees you. And as soon as he sees you, he begins to run towards you. Hey everyone! We have a problem!
What now?
And he leads you towards the first car that you left. And behind it, in the shadow, you see Dexter laying on the ground, shivering, sweating, and unconscious.
Interesting.
I'm gonna run up to him and check his pulse.
Okay, go ahead and roll nature. Or medicine. Medicine.
Oh fuck.
He has no pulse.
He's gonna start like breathing heavily and looking at like, Thaddeus, come here.
I'd like to point out once again, I'm not a doctor.
Well, you do some fucking magic. I don't know.
Dunko would walk up and
So
grab the
he's
pot because he assumes something happened there.
I can only really do what I know best. And that's street survival medicine right there.
Anytime you say street,
So
anything, you
he's-
perform well, so just do it.
All right. Well, now that you jinxed it, so he's shivering. He's definitely alive if he's shivering.
Yeah.
He's a cat person, so it's a bit weird. So I put my hand on his head. Is he burning up?
He is burning up.
What's happening, Thaddeus?
A quick, like, pat down to see if he's got any cuts or wounds of any kind.
Bite marks.
No. He does not have any cuts, but with your high investigation, you just go over his body, just trying to figure out what can be wrong with him. And you lift one of his eyelids and you see as the eye is completely bloodshot. there's almost no white of the eye. It's just fully red. As well as his claws are out, and it seems like they are almost trying to escape his body, like they're trying to rip themselves out of his body. Every single claw.
Thaddeus, report. What's happening?
Shut up.
Mm,
I'm going to take out my water skin and like start pouring water into like a cloth or like a rag,
Okay.
and then I'll use prestidigitation to make it clean, but still damp. I'm gonna put it on his like forehead and like dab at his like just around his eye,
Okay.
because that bloodshot eyes are usually a sign of like a eye infection. There's definitely more going on here, but like damage control.
If he's burning up, try, doing your thing. Freeze it. Like, freeze the rag.
That's actually really bad.
Really?
Doing extreme cold to someone who has a fever.
Well, not extreme. Like,
I have one mode, and it's extreme cold.
it's extreme code. Where's Ash when we needed it? Oh wait, no, never. We have Strife as well for extreme hot.
Can I
I don't think that's gonna help.
make a creative use of heat sap to just like sort of lower his body temperature and warm my hands up a little bit, because this is gonna
Okay.
be
I'll
a
allow it.
process.
So mark the heat sap
Just
of
a
your
cantrip.
spell list, as well as roll a d20. Just so you're rolling medicine, but using your intelligence. So just roll intelligence, but it's a medicine.
Well, I'm not proficient.
13. You reach out your hand and the cold slightly gathers on your body and immediately begins to vaporize as your hand begins to warm up. And you see the shivers subside just slightly.
Horton, what happened?
That's a weird sign.
Well, so you see, I was sitting with him and I was having a conversation with him, and then he suddenly started thrashing around, and then he fell unconscious, and I did what I could. I put him in his bedroll, and I
What were you
didn't know
talking-
what to do.
Another lost one.
What were you talking about?
I was just simply asking what he was doing, where he was going, and what you all were doing. But then, like I said, he just collapsed. I honestly don't know what happened to him.
I was thinking if that was like out of character. I was seeing if that was going to tie to the other times where he kind of went ballistic whenever we would harm things.
So you're asking
Yeah.
if he went crazy and then fell unconscious?
Yeah.
No. You get the feeling that he did not go crazy. It just something triggered this.
I'm just gonna use my mage hand to like pick up one of his paws and like just look at the claws, see if they're still trying to like break out, I guess.
Okay. You do that, and are you inspecting it?
Yeah.
Okay. Inspecting it, you see. You know how against the sun you can see animal claws, and you can see like the blood within them, like close to the root of it. You see literally the blood flow. You just see it continually circulate his claw. Something's not right with him.
Well, I've given me some time. I think we should go. By the way, you're missing one item. Here's the list. We got everything else back.
Oh, well, that's great. Thank you so very much.
We
What
will be
about the?
confiscating the coin.
Oh,
but That's aside the.
fine. I mean, you did rescue me. I owe you my life, frankly. So, if
We're also
that's what you
taking-
desire, then go ahead.
We're also
just-
gonna take your other cart. You can take this cart.
What?
I can take the cart with the goods, yes? The one
Yes.
that I need. Okay, great.
Yes.
Thank you.
We're
Yeah, I
good.
think the point of him bringing that up was that we're taking the one that's in better condition.
So the one with goods, but without the goods, is what you're saying.
Let's just take a cart. It doesn't matter.
The
Doesn't
one
matter.
that you were sitting in while we were gone, we're taking that one.
Fine, great, yeah, that's perfectly
Okay.
fine with me.
Just making that clear. I'm going to ritually cast Identify on Dexter.
Hey, that's gonna be 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Anyone would like to do anything else in that time?
I need to get medicine proficiency at this
Mm-hmm.
fucking rate.
Dunkel would like to search the cart for any abnormalities.
The cart that Horton was in.
Yes.
Of course. Go ahead and roll investigation.
To see if anything affected Dexter. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything that he's been holding. So the thought process is, just leave it at that. Oh no, 4.
That's a 4. And not 1 at that.
Mhm.
Wait, why is it not red though? Oh, because you're rolling
Because he's
advantage.
Yeah, sorry. I'll
Hey,
put that in.
I mean, there's only a dog in the cart. And maybe your backpacks that you left after before going for bandits. But
Oh,
anything else?
I'm gonna get in the cart and check on the dog.
Hey, dog is still there, just chilling at the back of the car.
Wait, does Dexter have any bite marks on him?
No, I ruled out bite marks. That was one of the first things I did.
How is the dog okay? Is he's not?
Yeah,
Like-
dog is fine. It's just in the shade inside the car, just laying there, attached to the chain.
I'm gonna look at him and say, "Good boy, stay," and throw a piece of beef jerky at him.
One of the heads immediately like snaps and grabs the meat from the air.
Hey, gentle. I'm gonna leave and just be next to Dexter and Thaddeus.
Seriously, I got a new path opened up to me, and it's Street Doctor.
So, can you run by me what happened again?
Is that...
Oh, me.
Yes, you.
Okay. So you went. You've been gone for a long time, and so I was talking to him. Was it Dexter?
That's correct.
And so I was talking to him, right? And he seemed like he zoned out for a while I was talking to him, and then he just collapsed on the ground. And I tried to calm him down. I didn't know what was happening to him. In the end, I managed to get him into shade and managed to get him in his bedroom, or partially, so he doesn't lay on the cold, wet ground. But I honestly don't know what happened to him.
Could I insight him
Yes, you
while
can.
he was telling that story?
I can probably overhear it's gonna do it too.
That's a 6.
He's telling the truth.
Hello?
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 Hey,
Can I inside it as well, since I could probably overhear this?
Yeah, go ahead. Then, he's telling the truth.
Okay.
I'm busy.
He's
Mm,
researching all the medicine spells available.
At one point, I just start snapping my fingers at Dunkel.
Yes.
Jeweler's kit, now.
Jewelry kit, okay. What do you need from it? A mirror, threads, needles, what?
They just sort of like with one hand snatch like the little box or whatever and
Uh-huh.
like open it and just like fiddle around a little bit till I find like that inspection piece that you can see things really close.
Okay.
Magnifying glass.
Spyglass? Yeah,
That's what that's
magnifying.
called. And like while I'm casting Identify, I like open up one of his eyes and look into it.
Okay.
And
With-
then at his claws.
With your investigation.
Oh, this is just part of my Identify.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're nearly done with your identify. I wanted to check something, but I forgot. What?
Something about Dexter or something about me?
This has
No,
to say-
I know what I wanted. I wanted to check identify.
I'll just use the spell card.
Oh, thank you. Much obliged.
Oh wait, it's only for items.
No, it's for people too.
It's for people too as well. That's what I.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so it
It's at the end. Sorry.
doesn't matter what spells if I. Okay. Okay, you finish your meditation as you're trying to figure out what's wrong with your friend. DM you.
I get some shit about Dexter now. It's like I feel like I need to start sharing about Thaddeus to remain neutral.
How did we do the italicized and bold?
The star. So shift 8.
You have to do it on each end.
Yeah,
yeah.
and it does what? Italicize it.
1 star italicized, 2 stars bold, 3 stars italicized and bold.
Yeah, on both sides.
Yeah.
I don't want to get it wrong.
Hmm.
I have a feeling I'm not gonna take counterspell next level up. I'm gonna have to be dispel magic at this fucking rate. You guys are affected by too much shit.
I got nothing.
You have like a link. That's just the thing you made then, huh?
Yep.
Sick.
Ah,
Oh, looks like it's not dispel magic I need.
that didn't sound great. I don't like that sound that Thaddeus made.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna lift up one of his paws again with Mage Hand.
Yep.
Anything else coming out?
No. There's the correct number.
You can check his other hand.
I'm gonna cock my head at him.
Nothing unusual.
You can take off his boots. Use prestidigitation immediately to make it not smell like feet.
Does he even wear boots?
I don't
think so.
know.
Okay.
Regardless, his feet
no,
are clean.
it's nothing's out of ordinary. It's as it should be.
Mm.
Have I heard anything about this before?
Roll history check with disadvantage, or Arcana check with disadvantage. Everyone
It's
is.
the exact same. That's a net 1.
Oh, that's a. You have
It was
no
the first
idea.
one, too.
You
What's
get the
wrong?
gist of the effect on him, but you have not a clue what this is.
Sure, if you're cursed, right?
In a way, I chose my curse.
This might be similar.
I have So I have multiple curses affecting me. As art of the first, my art of blood hunter. It basically allows me to use my blood to do very weird things, such as blind enemies, catch it on fire, and even give myself animal-like traits. You've seen it.
Yep, and I experienced it firsthand.
I'll be honest. Curses aren't really common. Though when you live in specific places, they show up.
Yeah, I
This
know.
is a new one to me.
Do you know
What's a
what's happening
curse?
to him?
Curse of the Six Claws.
The six claws?
Six Clawed, sorry.
Six clawed.
Hmm. What's a
I.
six claws?
That doesn't. Would I know about that, DM?
Roll a history check. Disadvantage.
Okay. It's a 5.
No, nothing.
Not a nat 1.
Yeah,
My
but
net one was still higher.
That doesn't ring any bell to me.
No.
If I had to guess, it's probably something to do with there being more than there should be, either physically or mentally.
Hmm. I don't know anything about curses.
Maybe we can ask around at the next place.
I feel like I need to ask. Are you lying to me, Dunkel?
No, he's not.
Okay.
Wait, what did Dunkel just say? I'm fucking deaf.
I don't know anything about curses. It's like
I mean,
that.
that's believable. He's an old geezer he doesn't seem very cursed.
Actually, he might have seen it, but he doesn't know anything about it. So
I just realized we're 4 out of 5 for cursed in this party.
Dunkel's not cursed. Or...
Yep.
Wait, Ash cursed?
Almost certainly. He's a fucking warlock.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
And he's got a thing over his heart.
The cool thing about it is that it seems connected to the hammer.
Sorry, I'm just doing math in my head. Don't worry about it.
Hmm. Whatever this curse is, it's killing him as far as I can see. Well,
That would explain
it's
the
another
fever.
last one.
There's something inside of him that he's fighting.
Hmm. Oh,
And I might have
I
just
think the-
let it win.
The best thing we can probably do right now is get him to see like someone who specializes in curse removal.
Does he even want it gone?
I mean, you remember there's been times where he's freaked out and he can never remember it happening. If we were to tell him, do you think he'd want it gone? Like, we can ask him when he's conscious again.
Everyone, I think we should get going. We should get Dexter someplace safe.
Yeah.
do you know any place close by?
Where there are small villages of nearby farmers, but the closest place is where I'm heading.
Where are you heading?
What was the
Digvall.
town we were heading to? Or we were heading there too, right?
Okay.
I can't remember. I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, it's been so long.
Let's go to Digvall then. We'll follow you.
That was the one.
Okay. I guess we're just still on track. We just.
Someone drive the cart. There's 2.
Ooh, I want to drive.
All right. I'm gonna. So I'm going to move the dog out of the cart and lay Dexter down in it. So let's see if this dog will follow me on a leash, because I have it on a rope leash.
Okay. First of all, as you get in the cart and the dog clearly senses that you're approaching it, it gets very defensive again. It doesn't try to bite you, but it's watching every single one of your moves.
Okay, I'm going to take out 2 more pieces of beef jerky. God, I've used like 2 rations worth of jerky just in this session. And I'm going to try and give one to each head simultaneously.
Roll animal handling. They take the food and you're free to take the chain.
Now that I've got it, I'm going to gently, not pull, gently guide it towards to like get out of the cart with me.
Okay. It follows.
Okay. I'm going to. Can someone move Dexter in, or do I have to do it?
With me and my 6 strength, we'll use.
Okay. All right.
Mage
I'll quickly tie the dog to a tree, move Dexter in, then untie the dog and hold it.
Okay. What are you gonna tie it with? The chain is not. The chain's like 2 feet long. Okay, maybe
Oh, fuck.
3 feet.
Could someone hold the dog?
My mage hand will appear and just hold the chain.
I pray to God that works. Okay.
The mage
I
hand
will-
grabs the chain.
Okay, I'm going to quickly but very, very gently put Dexter in the cart, lay him down flat, and then come out and grab the chain back.
Okay. Roll strength check. Or actually, you're strong. You don't need to roll.
Yeah,
it.
can
Yeah.
I just roll my athletics instead? Because athletics is fun.
Yeah, no, you easily pick him up with the bedroll underneath him. Your fur gets a bit wet on your forearms, but you don't pay any attention to that. And you relocate Dexter inside the cart. As that's happening, the dog begins to wander off. Not runs off, just walks off. Roll strength check for mage hand.
So it doesn't have a score. It has 10 pounds of force.
Okay, so just roll
So
d20.
I'm also, if I notice that happening as I'm getting out of the car,
Okay. The mage hand gently pulls on the chain, restricting some movement of the dog. But
I won't like prevent it from
Yeah.
full on doing anything. I'm just like, if it
But
starts
putting
to
some
go too
force
far,
against
it's
it.
starting to get pulled
so
away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna whistle towards the dog and shake a piece of jerky in my hand.
okay, the dog walks off about 10 feet. You whistle. The dog, both the heads look at you, and as they turn their head towards you, the dog is sideways right now, and you see as the leg on the opposite side of you lifts up, and you can just see a streak of yellow liquid landing somewhere in the
Ah.
grass.
Okay. I'm gonna look away as he does his business, and then as soon as he's done, I'm gonna shake the beef tree at him.
One of the heads pulls out a newspaper. Okay, yeah. Dexter is laid gently in the cart, still shivering. Not as much as when you approached, but his fever is still present.
I really hope this dog will actually come to me.
Okay, what do you do?
I'm shaking the tree at him. Is he not want it? Is he not coming over here?
It walks up about 5 feet, but the heads just look around. You get the gist that it's fed. It doesn't
Yeah.
need any.
I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna whistle again, and like my hand like this, like calmly, like where it would be under where its mouth is, like kind of beckon it, like come here.
It does not yet come. It just stands like 10 feet away from the cart.
Can I reach?
I'm on
the
like
chain?
the opposite side of it, and just at some point, I just start to radiate cold, making it slightly uncomfortable to be standing in that specific spot. Just guiding it by instinct at this point.
You have a control of the dog.
Nice.
But yeah, it doesn't come to you. You have to go and get the chain, and then you.
I'll slowly, very, very, calmly walk up to it.
Actually,
gently grab the
real
chain.
real quick.
Yeah.
When he's doing that beckon thing, can I use the mage hand to just start pulling the chain towards him?
Yeah, sure. The chain starts to float forwards ahead of the head, and the dog takes 2 steps forward.
And then I'll stop the mage hand. That's enough, actually, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll also walk forward a bit and just grab the chain from the mage hand.
Okay. Yeah, you meet halfway, and you get the chain. The dog's still. Are you in the cart, or did you get off the cart?
I'm off the cart. I
Okay.
thought I said this.
I might have not heard it. Yeah.
Now I'm in the cart.
Okay, I'm gonna walk alongside the cart with the dog. He's probably tired of sitting all the time.
Okay. Question is, what are you doing about the cart that is not being pulled currently by anything or anyone?
Is he not a driver?
So you have one cart with horse that's pulling the cart, and then you have a second cart that was pushed by Strife, but now it's not.
We have a
We have a horse.
another horse.
Yes, you do. That's what I'm asking.
Gotta tie that up.
Okay.
That's your job, Uncle.
Should I do it as Ash, because Ash is riding the horse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do this.
I'm gonna do animal handling. How well he...
Action roll income.
Oh, yeah, he easily positions the horse in between the I guess rails of the cart. I don't know how to really call it, like steering of the cart, and fastens it to it. And 2 carts are ready for your disposal to use for the travel.
I'm assuming Ash would be the driver in one, and then we have someone in the other, and then someone in.
Yeah, Horton's actually gonna come up to Ash and ask him if he can ride next to him, basically calling a shotgun. And so Ash and
do we have
Horton
2 or
are
3
at the front of the cart. Sorry?
Do we have 2 or 3 carts here total?
You have 2 carts.
Including Horton's?
Yes.
Wait, Horton can't drive his own cart? Okay.
Oh, Ash is driving it. Oh, no, yeah, he can drive his own cart. Okay, so he's gonna go and do that. Yeah, that actually makes more sense. Okay, yeah, so he's gonna drive his own cart with the relics and items. So then there's 1 seat next to Ash, and you're walking next to him. I guess there's space for 2 more people in the cart, so...
I think Dunkel wanted to drive.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ash needs to sit next to Dunkel.
Okay, that's fine. So the 2 of you are at the helm of this cart.
I guess I'm walking alongside them with the dog.
Yep. And then...
I want to make a check for Oswald to see just how interested he is in Dunkel's stuff. Just because, he's bored.
Just
Let's go with a -4 investigation for him.
Oh,
He's not very interested.
not at all. Okay. Horton speaks up. Let me lead you towards the Digvall. Just follow me. And... yeah! And he hits the reins. And the horse begins to walk.
Let's go, Ash.
Okay. Since you're driving, do you wanna do animal handling check with advantage because Ash is helping you?
Sure.
Ooh. That's an 8. So you grab the reins and you think you know how to make horse go,
Vroom.
but it takes you a minute, and Horton has to slow down to wait for you, and then Ash takes the reins from you and like kind of shows you how to do it, and then you kind of get the gist of it, and you begin to move the horse, and you make the horse go like right and then left and then right again, but finally you get it straight and you follow
This is
suit
like-
behind Horton.
This is like a driver's test where they're just like stopping
Basically.
and then like pressing the gas real hard, just stopping. I never drove before, and I can't see the road.
Okay. I guess we can make the travel quick. And so it takes you. You've been traveling since the morning, and then you spent a good chunk of hour and a half to 2 hours retrieving the goods. I would say it's about late afternoon, and the sun is setting. And after another hour of travel, you get to a bridge. A large cobblestone bridge that is connecting two halves of cliffs, and in between them there's a river flowing.
Water.
While we're while we're just going, Oswald just sort of like glances towards the cart where Thaddeus is sitting. I'm not sure if there's like a canvas over this cart or not.
Yes, there is.
Okay, so he's like on top of the corner of the canvas just sitting there, and he looks directly where Thaddeus is, but not actually looking at him, and like makes a sort of look. It's like, fine, you fucking slave driver. And then flies off and just scouts around the bridge.
Okay. Roll perception as well.
Very much not into his job.
That's a 9. It's a very pretty scene if you wanna know that about what he's seeing. The bridge is about 50 to 60 feet long, and there's about a 20 feet descent before the level of the water can be reached. The water is not flowing especially fast. It's at a normal, not rapid pace. And around you can just see tall grass, flowers, some trees here and there, some deer, grassing. What's it called?
Raising?
Grazing. Yeah, grazing. Just grazing. Nothing else.
Yeah, I think Oswald just flies off, does like the mimic of he's actually looking for something, but then goes down to the water and just sort of like hovers or flies above it, like just above it, and then like sort of tilts and dips his wing in to like make waves, like just because he's bored.
Okay.
Gosh, this place is hideous.
And then he fucks with a deer for a little bit.
Okay. Flying over the trees, he sees that there's actually 2 deers and 1 elk. Not elk, but the deer with
Stag.
stag. Thank you.
2 does and a stag.
Yeah, 2 does and a stag. Yeah, okay. What is he doing to the deers? I'm curious.
He just flies overhead, like a foot above them, and like taps his talon on like the back of one, and then flies away.
Okay.
And then he observes. He's a little shit. Did I tell you that?
Yeah,
Over
we've
there.
heard. Okay, you get over the bridge and you follow for another hour, and Horton shouts from in front of you. Alright, we have about another half a day of travel before in front of us. Would you like to bed down for the night? I don't think there's a point traveling through the night. It can get kind of dangerous.
I can see the road. I'm fine. How about you? What do you think?
I don't care. But make a decision.
Fine, we'll bed down. I'm getting a bit tired driving. All these bumps.
Throughout
Horton.
this journey, I've only just been like writing stuff, like doing research in my spell book, and then occasionally like glancing over to see if there's any change in Dexter, and then going back.
No changes. Just permanent fever state.
Occasionally change the
Ointment.
rag. Actually, as a matter of fact, pull the rag off, use some magic to clean off the sweat,
Yeah.
and putting it back down.
Okay.
Not using his physical hands to do this. It's just Mage Hand occasionally picks it up.
Yep.
He waves his hand, all the sweat goes away, and the Mage Hand puts it back down.
I feel like it's a given at this point that you're not touching anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Horton begins to slow down on the side of the road. He stops before you.
And we're before the bridge?
No, you're after the bridge.
Oh, this
You're
is
like
after.
hour after the bridge.
No troll. Got it. Don't have to worry about horse getting eaten. Yeah, no, I guess if we stop, I'll get out, just sort of stretch a little bit before sitting down and making a single tower, because I have one spell slot. And I already used Arcane Recovery for it.
That's a long S description for a spell.
There's
Okay.
a lot of alternative floors, so...
Would you like to describe the tower?
Same thing as before. The single brick turns into 2 bricks, and then 4, and then sort of like wraps around, and sort of more bricks start to appear as they're like being placed one at a time over the course of 10 minutes. And on the inside, because I can only make one tower, it's a mostly empty room on the first floor, save for just pillows. Of varying kinds, and then a ladder leading up to Thaddeus's bedroom, which no one is allowed in.
Okay, so 1 floor for everyone else, 1 floor for yourself.
Yep.
Okay, got you.
The clock is still on the wall. There's like various like writing and sketches and stuff on the wall that when Thaddeus enters the room, he sort of like cringes a little bit and sort of does a quick glance behind him and just shakes his head like it doesn't matter. And then climbing up the ladder. Don't bother
Horton,
me unless it's important.
Horton goes, "Oh, he left my backpack." And you just see him take the backpack, and he's like trying to pull out a bedroll, and then he looks to the left, and suddenly there's a wizard casting a tower, creating a tower right in front of him, and he's like, That's a neat trick you've got there.
It's his bedroom.
Mind if I join in? If you have a space?
First floor only.
Okay. I don't take too much space. And then he grabs the whole backpack and like happily struts towards you, but he still has this limp kinda because his knee is still hurting.
Don't worry, I'll watch over all of our stuff.
Okay. What are you doing about Dexter then?
Strife, you're muted.
Ah,
Yeah, somebody entered your room and you muted.
Yeah, I thought I unmuted. Sorry. You remember the dog cage, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna put doggy in cage, and then I'm gonna grab Dexter. Are you sure you don't want him in the nice bed?
Am I sure I don't want somebody in my bed?
I mean, technically, you remake the bed every time.
Yeah,
Wait.
but it's my bed. I'm good.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
Good luck climbing a ladder with him, by the way.
So where's the cage?
It's in the back corner again.
Of the first floor.
Is that how big the first floor is?
It's actually tiny.
It's
Yeah.
actually really tiny. It's even tinier than what I'm drawing right now.
Yeah, that's a generous version. Hey,
That's the cage.
so there's Ash. Knocked out Dexter. I'm assuming you're taking him inside.
Yeah, I took him inside. I just can't take his token. That's what
Hey.
that was for.
So Ash, Dexter, Horton, Dunkel.
No, Dunkel's outside.
Outside, okay?
Yep.
And Steel Defender with you, I'm understanding.
Yeah, so the way that I'm gonna do it outside is that I'm gonna take some night shifts, and it's gonna basically alternate between the Steel Defender waking me up times to time.
Okay, that's fine. So who's gonna be watching first? Dunkel still staying awake, or is Steel Defender gonna wake him up?
So he's gonna fall asleep for the first time, and then he's gonna wake up the second, and then fall asleep.
Okay.
Your Steel Defender has been notoriously blind, even though he never.
I actually don't think so. I think he rolls decent, like around 15 every time.
I've seen a couple.
Yeah, no, there was like a 8 or something. Okay. Anything else anyone would like to accomplish? Bed.
I know that during the night.
Probably eat a little bit. Maybe see if the dog's hungry, and then call it a night. We should. I'm gonna leave some food and water next to Dexter if he wakes up.
Gesture.
That he strew himself like a fucking bed, a desk.
A bathtub.
Is there carpet on that floor?
Yep.
The bathtub on the carpet. What will it do?
There's like a a marble section actually, just
Ah,
around the bathtub.
I see. Going for all of 5 feet. Got it.
Well, it is a brick that looks like marble.
What is that? Where does that drain to?
Downstairs.
Yeah, towards you.
There's like a little
Two
pipe.
burps on our head.
There's a little pipe that goes down and out, and then on the outside of the tower is just a little hole that the water goes through.
You can definitely
And then
hear
it
it spill.
disappears because once it leaves the tower, it's gone.
Yeah, you hear the sound of something flashing, just running down the drain, but you don't hear the impact of the wet ground.
How many night shifts are there? 4?
2.
2? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so would you like to roll first perception check?
For the Steel Defender, that's what it is. Give me a second. Steel defenders rolling perception right here. Sorry, that's an 18. I don't know why it's at a advantage.
Are you sleeping against the tower or
He's sleeping on the carriage.
on the carriage?
Yeah, on the coach seat.
Hey, that's a 18. I roll.
Mhm.
While all of you sleep, the defender pays watch, looking out from within the cart as well, jumping off and just doing laps around, checking perimeter.
Yeah.
He doesn't find anything. He sees a pair of glowing eyes at night just passing in the shadows in the tall grass. But nothing approaches or disturbs you. Hey, for the second watch.
This is where Dunkel's awake, and also the steel defender doesn't sleep. Want me to roll another perception?
So, yeah, you can get the advantage from your steel defender. I allow it.
Alright.
Oh, that kind of
17.
saved you. 17.
You
Yeah.
spot a pair of glowing eyes coming from the tower.
You definitely do. Yeah, same as Steel Defender. Just a pair of glowing eyes running in the tall grass. At one point it gets kind of close, like about 60 feet away. And you can just see the eyes stare at you. But then it disappears and goes away. You just hear the rustle.
If Dunkel had fireball, you would use it.
Right, while there's still that happening and you're awake, paying watch, I need Oswald to roll perception check.
Preening his feathers like usual.
Yeah? Well, Dunkel. Just for a good measure,
Yeah.
Lighty of Handy.
Slightly of handy.
Yeah. Dunkel's just paying close attention to his surroundings, making sure you're all safe.
But he's still sitting on the couch doing that.
While the night
You
persisted,
sort of like glance over, and with your dark vision, you can definitely see Oswald like thinking if he should do something or not, and sort of like makes eye contact with you, and like you swear he shrugs, then just goes back to breeding
wing
feathers.
shrug.
What a weird chicken. Soon I'll feast.
While the night persisted, you had the ability to take your cloak off, or at least the hood of the cloak, and enjoy the cold breeze of the night. This mid-spring, I'd say, evening. And you're
As a little added thing. In
You-
the middle of the night, while Dunkel is doing his thing,
yeah.
he hears a little bit of noise coming from the tower up top, and he sees an object go flying out the window before turning into dust, and then Oswald freaking out a second, and then going back inside and shutting the door, or the window.
You see that, and you think to yourself, what a strange bird. And as you do, you feel the first ray of sun hit your face.
Oh, God.
You know that it's time to put the hood back. But the The dawn is upon you. The dawn? Yeah, dawn.
Yep. Yep.
You all come to after a restful night. What are you doing, guys?
Dunkel would look to his gadgets and begin deconstructing and constructing different ones. And dang it. Should have done it during the night. Never mind. It's done, it's done. Everyone is awake.
Horton comes to. Good morning, everyone. Proceeds to stand up and pack his things, put the clothes on, and he leaves the tower, goes to the cart, preparing a further journey.
Morning.
Good morning.
Is that what you call it? Morning?
Excuse me?
Is that what you call it? Morning?
Most definitely, yes.
Interesting.
Did you have a restful night, Mr.
Vista.
Not even gonna say your full name, coward.
Pleasure, Mr. Vista. We should get these wheels rolling. Let's get to Digvall as soon as we can, shall we?
Alrighty.
Okay, what is everyone else doing?
Strife,
Sorry again.
what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just with the dog.
What the dog doing?
What the dog doing?
Grab the dog by the chain, and we go.
You'll start getting ready to go. Thaddeus isn't in the cart.
What does Thaddeus do?
I'll go check up on Thaddeus.
Checks the ladder if the hatch is open.
It's not.
Well, luckily I got this spell. Alright, this new gadget.
He then begins to double tap his feet and cast jump.
Okay. How high can you jump with that?
It's tripled. So whatever my regular jump is, it's now tripled. I don't know.
So high jump,
For a small creature.
3
What's your
plus
strength
your strength modifier. But because
Yeah,
you're
what's your
not,
strength score?
My strength score is a straight up 11.
How tall are you?
it's strength
Um,
modifier, so it's what, +1?
It's a +0.
+0, yeah. So you jump.
Dunkel's height is 2 feet 3 inches.
Yeah, so you jump about
Yay.
4 feet high,
Jump spell.
which is not that high, really.
Your high jump is 9 feet off the ground. You can reach up and grab something 12.3 feet off the ground. There's a calculator. I'll put that in the Discord.
But he didn't take the 10 feet run up.
Oh, good point. Yeah, 4.5 feet.
Oop, can't reach the window. Walks back. Wait a minute.
How high is the carriage?
How high?
Yeah, the height of this carriage. I
Well,
was thinking
Danko,
about moving from the carriage to the window.
so how high is the window of the carriage or of the house?
The house.
Yeah, because
The
there's no windows in the carriage.
he's thinking
How
about
how
trying to.
tall are the slits in the walls?
So, the slits go up maybe like a foot or two. But the windowsill that Oswald uses, or
Yeah,
rather, like the little bird door,
yeah.
it's like 12 to 15 feet high up. Because it's 10
Pretty
feet
tall
for the
building.
first floor, and then like half as much for the window for Oswald to go through. Say about 13.
Do you attempt to jump up from the cart towards the window?
If I.
Well, you
If-
attempt. You get like halfway up the wall, slightly higher, but you fall down onto the cart again. I need you to roll acrobatics.
Oh no!
I kind of want to just give it to him because I want to see this happen.
Alrighty. Normal straight roll acrobatics. Oh, bam, 15.
Okay. You do not land on your ass.
Hey, Strife,
Yeah.
can you throw me up there?
He's gonna get a grin on his face and say, "Absolutely." Strife is gonna go up to you, pick you up, holding you, and just one of his hands.
Hey, roll
Well, he-
strength with advantage because Danko is a willing creature.
And he's also using jump, so this is gonna
And
launch
yeah.
him real high.
Wait, strength or athletics?
No, strength. You're not trying to athletize anything.
You're gonna get proficiency in
Ooh.
throwing jump.
That's when he would jump. No,
Okay.
Jumbo's gone in space.
What I
Fucking
what
lizard
I
space
imagine
program.
happens is Drive comes up towards the cart and joins his fingers, creating like a seat where Danko stands on his finger or like inside of his hands, and then as you push your hands up and you throw him up, Danko jumps up and you go up and you actually go like 5 feet higher than you should be because of just how strong Strife throw is, and then you land on the roof. Thaddeus, you just hear ka-ding on the rooftop.
He sort of like looks up from his book, squints his eyes, and just listens.
What are you
Good
doing,
job,
Danko?
Thumbs up from Strife.
Oswald, by the way, has landed on your steel defender and has been watching.
Dunkel begins.
Not like, what is this fucker up to, but yes, throw him.
Dunkel begins to crawl down the wall into the fucking bird hole.
How big is it, by the way? If he can fit in there, right? I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
yeah.
he can. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Hey.
It's like a proper window. It just has like, normally it has a covering, but because Oswald is out, that window covering is open.
Okay. Yeah. So suddenly, as you're reading your book or listening to sounds that came from the rooftop, you suddenly see Danko just trying to get through the Oswald's window inside of your tower.
Hey, Thaddeus.
He heard like the scurrying of like claws against the stone and just sort of like turned his whole body and it's just sort of leaning on the chair with one arm on the backrest, just watching the window.
Dunkel's crawling through.
Hey, Thaddeus. We gotta go.
I have options here. Which one do you want?
What do you mean?
close my book, and I stand up and start walking towards him. Not like quickly, but just there's purpose behind those steps.
What are you doing?
Like I said, you have options.
I just came here just to check up on you. Saw that do something out the window and last night. Felt worried.
When that long rest hit.
Can you put yourself on the window here?
Oh, sure.
I pick up my cane as I walk towards you, like stopping by the bed. And by the way, what you see in this room, I should give you description. It's like a very nice room, but it looks like it was personalized by someone who was not fortunate. Like, he didn't come from wealth the way it was decorated. Like, it looks like there's like knickknacks and stuff that were like poorly crafted or handmade.
Oh, okay.
There's like a bunch of books that you can see in like a mini bookshelf. Some of them have actual titles. Other ones look like a string of code. Like it's a jumbled mess. The desk, the bathtub, all that.
Dunkel has
And
a
while you're like taking in all of like the little specific details, you see like a painting on the desk that he was just sitting at with a bunch of people, like teenagers, like huddled together.
Interesting.
You think you recognize one in very shabby clothing before you feel the cane press against your chest and slowly push you out.
Oh,
I'm under him, by the way.
And as you fall backwards, there's like a flash of arcane energy as you get like pushed off the windowsill and start to fall. As snowflakes begin to like form around you and form like little wings as I cast Featherfall on you as you fall.
Oh my god.
I shut the window. Sorry, Snowfall. I shut the window, and like 5 minutes pass, and Thaddeus is outside.
Thank you, Strife, for helping me out.
Yeah, bro.
Are you ready?
He uses Mage Hand to shut the door and lock it, and then gets in the cart.
Alright. Horton, seeing as you all got ready, he's beginning to move off with the cart. And you follow suit.
I told you had options.
I had options. What are you talking about? I'm just trying to help out.
What the dog doing?
Yeah, I could either push you out, or you could have jumped off. You know, those are two options right there.
I imagine the sound of Dunkel falling out of the window was a little something like.
Crazy.
Okay. You follow the road. And you follow the farm fields. Passing by small villages and just singular houses situated among the fields. Mostly dwarves. You rarely see any other race, just dwarves working the field and providing for their family, most likely. And finally, you come to a crossing where the road continues straight, but there is a turn, and a sign stands in between the two roads, signaling straight to Rain and right to Digvall. Shame that Ash is not here.
Shane.
And Horton takes right, taking off to Digvall.
Interesting.
Right, so you don't recognize any of the titles of those books. Good to know. Actually, you may recognize one. There's like in that library, a little mini bookshelf. I mean,
Mhm.
there was one book that was like basically the equivalent of tinkering for dummies.
Interesting.
Thaddeus. I saw that you had a mechanic book. What was that about?
You
Tinker-
hear and kind of feel in your soul the clicking of his tongue. Yes.
Oh, I'm just wondering what that was all about. Why do you have a Tinker's book?
It's like kind of uncomfortable. Just something I read.
Dunkel will give a sort of like interested nod.
It's cool.
And that's it.
I had to sneeze before I could respond. She like gives you a look and like raises an eyebrow, like wasn't expecting that sort of comment. Before his face sort of like turns into genuine shock of realization. Ash, take the reins from Dunkel, please.
Oh, okay.
And then he just sort of grabs Dunkel by the scruff and pulls him into the cart.
Oh, God.
Forget what you saw.
Don't worry. I forget everything.
Okay. Well, I don't want to say insight check, but I feel like it's the only way I can. Okay. My insight is garbage. Like every second of the day.
We're good now.
Flicks his tongue again, then walks off the cart and just starts walking alongside.
Oh, okay. Hi, Dexter. Oh, wait, no.
Realizes
Still
what's
unconscious.
happening to Dexter.
Ash actually would mention that he feels what he felt before, and it is directional towards Digvall.
I'm sorry, I don't know what that connection is. I forgot.
Well, it looks like we're going there anyway.
Okay, continuing on.
Was it Dexter or Ash who was being pulled somewhere?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ash. Did I say Dexter? I meant Ash. Or did I say...
No, you
I
said
just
it.
remembered.
Okay,
My
yeah.
bad.
I had a blackout moment for a second. You continue on, following Horton's lead, and you finally begin to approach a town. A larger, western-looking town. And you see every citizen that you can see within your line of sight is a dwarf. And to the right, somewhere in the fields, you can see a gathering of dwarves, and two of them specifically stand out as a female is wearing white dress with long tail on it, and the gentleman is wearing very nice black suit. And you see everyone celebrating, throwing the flowers into the air. You see some other people just pushing the barrows towards the city or unloading carts from outside the city. And you finally find yourselves in there. You've reached Digvall. And Horton screams from the front. Alright guys, just follow me. And he's going to lead you through the through the town. Making his way, he turns left and then right, and then follows the path slightly until he turns left again. And then there, you see a shop is set up by the side of the road.
What's the name of the shop?
You see that above the entrance, there's a large sign saying Antiquities and Crockery.
Okay.
So, one thing I want to do, or rather have Oswald do. There's a wedding going on, right?
Yep. Oh my god.
Oswald's going to fly, and just like sort of hang out at the wedding. Are they like doing their vows, or are they like?
They are
just
past the
celebrating?
vows. It was so when you were passing them, it was that you may kiss the bride, and then everyone threw the flowers into the air.
So, Oswald during that part would, because he's a snow white owl, as close as you're getting to a dove.
Yeah.
Just as like a like a blessing sort of thing.
Right.
Nothing like major, but just like making sure his presence was known when he flew past them.
I have to remember. Yeah. Sure. Suddenly a white owl flies by, and everyone gets surprised, but they cheer.
And like he picks up one of the flowers and just carries it off into the distance, and then like ducks behind a building, and then comes back, just to like sort of symbolize that the marriage will continue.
Okay. Certainly. That music.
What was the name of the
that's
half?
terrible as well.
What was the name of the halfling?
Horton.
Horton. Okay. Antiquities and properties is the shop for.
And crockeries.
Oh, crockeries. Crockeries.
I'll also, as Thaddeus, make fireworks, or like little mini fireworks appear with prestidigitation as we go past the wedding.
Sorry, the prestidigitation was what?
I can make harmless sensory effects,
Yeah.
just like little flashes of color and just celebratory effects as we go past the wedding.
Okay. You see as everyone involved as an audience in that wedding is just overjoyed. They think that everything is happening as it's supposed to. But bride and groom look a bit confused, but they still celebrate, of course.
I'll just give them a bow as I continue down this road.
Yes. Yeah.
Is this the place, Horton?
The groom waves back to you. Sorry, what was that, Dunkel?
Is this the place, Horton?
Yes, this is my father's shop. I guess we should announce ourselves. And he jumps off, and as he jumps off the cart, you see as the door swings open, and a slightly older and slightly thicker Horton emerges from the inside. My boy! You're finally here! I was waiting you... And he looks into the sky and just thinks for a second. You were supposed to be here like almost a day ago. What happened to you? Oh, at that, you see, there was an accident. I was kind of attacked by bandits. And as he says that, you see the older Horton literally just like zoom towards his son. Just like within a blink of an eye appears in front of him. And almost cartoonishly grabs him and like begins to look over him. Like zooming around his body, checking his whole... Are you okay? Are you okay, my boy? Is everything alright with you? Yes, Dad, I'm fine, I'm fine. Thanks to these guys. And he points towards you.
Hi.
Oh,
Strife.
are these the ones that saved you then? Okay. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Pimridge Grassbottle. May I be of any service to you? Please come and let me know.
I have an inkling of curiosity about what you carry in this shop, but honestly, no. Not particularly interested in anything else.
Whoa.
So
Okay.
I'll look to Ash, who had made it clear that there was something here.
Okay, Ash would let you know that it is not here. It is further down towards the city.
Hey,
Further
I gotta
south.
go.
Oh, you gotta go?
Yeah,
Alright.
sorry.
We,
No,
we
you're
got
fine.
to a plot point, so
You guys can keep going if it's just RP from here out. Strife will just tag along and have the dog on a chain.
Okie dokes.
Adios.
Take care.
Yeah, I'll see you.
later. And it's further south, but it like sort of veered off, right? Like it's
Well.
clearly not in the direction of rain.
You just saved my son's life. I don't think that... Have you been compensated for this?
No.
Well,
No.
I believe, and hear me out, son, I believe, and now, Kialis, you specifically notice, he's a halfling. But a halfling with a mustache.
Go on.
Roll nature check for me. 14. You're not an expert, but you know that halflings usually are unable to grow mustache. And this one has a full-grown stash, like, you want this stash kind of stash.
Now I swear Malir said it was impossible.
Valir.
There's like a mage hand that appears and grabs Dunkel by the snout to shut his mouth. Like, instant.
Okay. So you let this happen? Danko.
So,
Yes.
Okay, so your mouth is currently held shut by a mage hand. Horton states that he's going to start unloading the cart, and he just brings everything into the shop. And the father is still standing next to you. Well, you've saved my son's life. It's only natural that I invite you over, and you say that you don't find any use within my shop. Come and see for yourself.
I would love to see
and
you.
this whole
And-
time has not been like he can hear the words that he's saying and he'll process them in like a minute, but he's just staring at the mustache trying to figure it out.
Okay. Sure. And Horton, Pimridge adds, on top of that, I will give you 10% off on anything you find fancy in there. Does that sound appealing?
What more?
Make a persuasion check.
Disadvantage because your mouth is being held shut.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it was a mumble.
More.
Hinder action, which is not a real action, but I feel like it should be.
Hinder action.
I'll burn a luck point just to make it.
Okay.
Make it a straight roll. Okay.
Yeah, just a straight roll. Persuasion. Here we go.
Well,
All right.
he, like,
Instead of like speaking, you make puppy dog eyes.
he walks up to the cart that you are currently sitting in. Are you sitting in the cart or are you next to it?
I got off the cart and I walked towards the halfling man.
Okay, and what about you, Thaddeus?
I've been walking alongside.
Okay. So he puts his hand on the card, and he smirks. He looks at you, Danko, and goes, okay, we'll make it 15. Excuse me? You
Don't
may need
worry
to
about
repeat
what he
yourself.
said. Nope,
No.
you don't need him to repeat.
Alright.
He's
Well-
a little shit sometimes.
Come in whenever you feel. And he's going to walk back inside the shop.
Do you know anything about facial hair growth? I'll release the mage hand on his mouth.
Is this directed towards Dunkel?
Yeah.
I know there's a potion for something like that.
Because I don't think it's possible for a halfling.
Halflings.
He actually does look grotesque about them.
Oh, yeah, also, that's a good point, Danko. Thank you for reminding me. You feel unease being in this place as you've traveled it once or twice between what happened.
You know, I don't think I've ever saw that many.
At least they're cleaner than the current company. Just looks at the mostly bestial party and then walks into the store.
Okay.
He follows.
You walk in and you see a shop full of antique items and relics, all sorts of them, varying in size, age, and price. And hey, you have high investigation
I do.
Let me know when you start looking around the shop.
Well, I'm like sort of give me a description of the shop and like is there like aisles?
Yes,
With,
there
like,
are there
shelves?
are yes there are aisles with wooden shelves, and each one of them has items laid out on them. Prices are usually attached to them, and the larger items are stored at the side and the back of the store towards the counter. And yeah, it's a big building. It's decently sized.
Dunkel would be looking at the items that are at least his reach, so he can't get to the top.
So yeah, like first two shelves from like very bottom to like first shelf.
Yeah.
Like a parent with his child, I will be directly behind him, making sure he doesn't have his grubby hands taking anything.
Okay.
But I'm also
Dunkel's, like,
looking at the higher shelves.
Dunkel's shopping.
I know you have high perception or investigation, so I will have you roll with advantage if Danku so chooses.
I'm fine with that.
Then you can. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, let me tell you what you find.
And together, let's go.
Okay, so first item that you come across is a beautiful map case. A leather case with gold-treated caps on each end and a filigree of gold depicting vines and birds climbing it. Second item, a water skin. A beautiful sun-treated leather water skin with intricate designs, Egyptian in style. Known to native tribes of the deserts to the east. Strife would be interested in that if that's what if that's the thing.
Real quick, is there like a basket? You know, when you go to like the grocery store.
Sure, let's say there is a basket, like a woven basket with
Every item that you name is put in the basket.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Just to keep track of.
And you find a small box. You lift it up, and surprisingly light and gorgeous wooden box lined with velvet inside. As you open it, you see there are two balls made of same wood, and balls appear to be hollow inside with a round object within each one of them. And you take them out, begin to figure out what they are, and realize that they have a very satisfying sound to them when you twirl them in your hand. Okay, and then finally, you find a strange object that catches your attention. A unique looking relic that comes from you don't know where. It has a rune design on one end, and it's gently protruding. It's slightly protruding away from the rest of the body. So on one end of it, you just see like a rune slightly moving ahead of the rest of it. Yeah, and that's what you find.
So there were 4 objects.
Yes.
Identify ritually cast, because of course. Actually, I didn't prepare my spells. Just yeah. Let's pretend like I prepared identify today, just so we don't.
Yeah, that's fine.
waste
I
the
mean, it's
shopkeeper's
mostly
time.
roleplay. I'm fine with that.
So I'm just gonna cast identify, so 1 minute opposed to 10 on that last one.
On the last one. Okay. Again, wait, what? Let me look at identify. So you choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it has properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement. Yeah, it is magical. Although, you do not know what skull it is.
So it doesn't have a school of magic, good to know.
What do you have there?
Yeah, that's all you will learn. It is magical, but you have not a clue what kind of magic school it is.
I learned its properties, right?
Yep. Roll
What do you-
Arcana for me.
Oh, this is gonna be a hard thing. I understand.
Arcana 17. From the looks of it and just how it feels, you have a feeling that it kind of resembles a key of sorts.
Duncan would like to grab an item from the basket.
Which one?
You randomly roll because he cannot see what's
Okay,
inside.
roll a d6 and then you're gonna pick one of the three.
That's just Thaddeus right now.
Oh, 3.
Okay.
The marbles, I think.
Yeah, you pick up the small container with two wooden container with two wooden balls inside of it.
He grabs one of the wooden balls. He starts shaking it.
Yeah, you hear something banging inside of the ball.
Shakes it harder.
It shakes. It bangs even harder.
Super close to the end of my math equation before the shaking like distracts him.
These are pretty cool.
Twirl it around, don't shake it.
Throw it around.
Twirl it.
He throws it.
Oh my. Hey, you throw it as Pimridge turns the corner, and the ball just goes next to his face and hits a wall close to the counter as you throw it down the alleyway or aisle.
The mage
He
hand
looks-
has appeared and is now
Um,
face palming Thaddeus for him.
Excuse me, I know I've invited you inside, but please do not destroy the items unless you're going to buy them.
What do you know about this? And I'll hold up the what is essentially a key.
Six-sided cylindrical relic, what I named it. Oh, that, my dear friend, is an item I got from a certain dwarf living in this town. How wary are you of what is happening within the Western Godsteer impact crater, if I might ask?
Nothing at all. Oh, sorry.
I passed through there. What do I know?
You did not pass through there. You never went close to it. You were... Yeah. Roll history, and then that will define what you know of it.
Dunkel did a instinctive
14.
response.
Hey, you know that it's now been turned into a mine, basically. It was one of the main argue points during the war because it was valuable. You don't know in what way it was valuable, but like I said, currently it's a mine.
Can
And was this from there?
What does Dunkel know about the crater? But you don't have to say it out loud.
Okay. I will text you in a second if I don't forget.
Okay.
Sorry, what did you say, Kiel?
Was this from there?
Ah, yes, it indeed is from the crater. You see the dwarf. He brought it to me and sold it to me.
And what's the price tag on it?
You look at the price tag, it's 100 gold pieces.
Oh my god, that's
So it's
cheap.
85 for us.
Yes.
It's cheap.
I'm gonna put that back in the basket in a spot that is like near my body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll look at the the box that had the marbles in it. How much is that?
Marble box is 20 gold pieces.
Dunkel grabs the other ball that he threw.
Okay, you run next to Pimridge and grab the ball. Come back to Kialis, or no?
I'm just shaking it as I walk.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so 20 gold pieces is the price tag on that one.
Yeah, so 120. I just have to, because I feel like I have to buy it. What were the price of the other two things?
So
The map case?
the map case is 65 gold pieces and the water skin is 25 gold.
What's with the map?
Okay, so it's 178.5 for all of it.
With the discount?
With a discount, yeah.
So
Because it's 210 altogether.
178 plus 5 silver pieces.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I'll just hand the box to Dunkel,
Hmm.
like the full box,
Yeah.
so that he can hold on to it and play with both if he feels like it, or put it away.
Dunkel would actually play with both.
But, okay, you need to describe this to me. Is he actually twirling them in the head, or is he just like shaking them vigorously in each hand?
But he doesn't know that he needs to twirl them.
I'll use prestidigitation to make a similar object appear in my hand, and I'll mimic the twirl with my hand.
Okay.
Oh, okay. He begins doing that.
What are these things called where you have like a handle and then at the end of it you have a ball and inside you have like grains and you can...
Oh, maracas?
Maracas, yeah! is that what Danko's doing?
He was doing that, but then now he's twirling them.
Okay. It's a bit slightly more difficult for you with your small hands, but nevertheless you manage to do it. And you hear the wooden balls just grind next to each other, and it's very satisfying, almost melodic sound as they twirl. And then in addition to that, you have the almost like a bass hitting from the inside of the balls as you twirl them.
Ooh. Thank you, Thaddeus. This is actually pretty cool.
No longer distracted by what is basically a child. I'll just identify on the map case.
Okay. It's a map case.
Cool.
There's nothing to it's a map case.
Let's go.
And that one was how much again? 25?
65.
65.
Whatever it is, it's probably important.
It's a pretty map case, but and then the last one.
25 with the water skin.
Yeah, the water skin.
Nothing magical about that one as well. It's just gorgeous water skin of like pale brown leathered skin with intricate designs. What you gather from it with your high investigation is that it's taken years to make, and the way they did it is just painted the whole imagery on the water skin and then left it on the stand, and as the sun dried out the paint chipped off, and then whatever was left was an imprint of the design on the skin.
Wow, that's actually awesome. Now that is an antique.
I'm gonna like do that thing that parents do when they want something that the kid is holding. So I'm just gonna take something like off the shelf and trade it with Dunkel, and just take the balls, and I'll spend a second level spell slot to identify that.
Wait, so what object are you giving him? What is there anyway?
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna think of something. You find a flute. But not just any flute. You find a flute that no longer works, and it's super over the top of the design. Like, it's been carved from a massive log, and it's just large and heavy. But
What is the price tag on that, real quick, before
on
I
that
do
one,
that?
let me just quickly do it.
Just love the-
6 gold pieces.
All right, yeah, eat your heart out, Uncle.
Begins tinkering with it to
Yeah,
fix it.
I will identify.
Okay, you identify a small box. It's not magical, but... Okay, sorry, let me rephrase that. It is not a magical item, although you can feel the traces of magic within it, as it is made of dark wood.
Duncan was holding magic items.
All of it.
And also the flute.
Do you want the flute?
I don't know. He's still fixing it just to make the flute work.
You said it was 6 gold pieces?
Yep.
He's attempting to, but he doesn't have wood carver.
Alright,
So
183 gold and 6 silver. Yeah, I'll take it to whatever his counter is.
Right. Oh, so you did find something of interest, huh?
I did.
Well, I'm very glad for that. Come on over to the counter. I will make sure that the trade takes place. And he's going to walk up to the counter and just gets ready for you to come up with everything you got.
Does Tungo fix the flute?
Okay, if you're paying for it, make sure to mark the whole
I
price.
just did.
Okay. He
I have a
takes...
bad eagle.
Wow. He
Nice.
takes everything, or takes the gold from you. And, like, do you
It's
give
like
him...
exact change. There's like 6 silver coins and then 183 gold coins.
Okay. Do you just give him it, like, raw, or do you give him in a bag?
I don't have an extra bag, so I have spent probably 5 minutes counting out coins.
Okay. There's
Like
just,
doing
like,
a
stacks
stack
of
of 10.
coins. Yeah.
So there's 18 stacks of gold coins of
Does
10.
this give Dunko enough time to fix the flute?
Well, we'll see. Roll, how are you fixing it?
He doesn't have the tools for it, but I would assume that he brings out his tinker's tools.
Yeah, I'd say
because
you
it
have
has-
something in there that can perhaps fix the flute. Okay, go ahead and roll your tinkers too.
No.
9. Not yet. Not in that time span.
Mm.
And
Mm.
so,
Alright, so do you want to send me the list of all those things that I just bought? Also, Dunkel, you can add that flute to your inventory.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was not being serious about
No, I full on bought it.
it. No. No. So, I'm gonna type in log flute.
Over the top design log flute.
wait, but I can't. What? Okay.
Top design log flute. It's so dumb. Now Dunko has a fucking flute.
Oh, it's not a text document. Uh-oh. Okay.
Do you want text? I probably can.
I would prefer... no, I'll just write that in.
Oh, that's actually crap. Oh, no, it kinda aligns.
So what was your name again? And he's talking to the father.
Oh, my name? Pimrich. Pimrich Grassbottle.
Hemorrhage. Okay.
Do you want me to send it so you know the definite spelling?
Please.
Okay, type that on my notes.
Recently. Oh, there we go.
It's almost as if that relic is the only important thing.
Wow.
Though the map case I do like.
The map case. Duncan
Yeah.
wants the balls again.
It's a dark wood, so I'm actually quite interested in that. Can I make like an Arcana check? I know I'm not actually educated in the whole magic
Okay.
thing,
Yeah.
but would I know anything about Darkwood specifically?
Yeah, you can roll Arcana.
Could Duncan assist him? Because he's
Yeah.
interested in the item as well.
Well, I already rolled. You can make one if you want.
Okay.
I feel like that's more fair.
Uh,
So a dirty 20.
dirty 20. So you know that usually any item made of this material is a masterpiece in its own way. And you will know that it's extremely light, which is very suitable for creating certain items, as well as certain magical properties are enhanced when used via or through Darkwood.
Would I know what kind of properties?
Usually just amplification of the effect in some way.
So
I don't know if I want to give these to you, Dunkel.
So I'm thinking two ways. It could be for spellcaster or it could be for infusions. I don't know, but
I'm gonna nod to the shopkeeper. I'm gonna look to Dunkel. Let him like tinker with that flute a bit more. I'm gonna step outside. I'm just gonna lean my cane against like the wall outside, and I'm gonna use these darkwood like
Balls?
I don't know how to describe what kind of instrument that would be.
Are you using the...
I'm gonna try and use it as an arcane focus.
Okay.
Start with something simple. Let's go with light.
Okay. Have you got a spell card for it?
It's just a cantrip. But it has a material component, so I want to see if I can cast it on something.
So are you casting the light on the balls or something else?
I'm just gonna pick up a rock.
Okay. $20. Yeah. Yeah. The spell succeeds. It goes through, and the rock begins to shine brightly, almost blindingly.
More so than what it normally is.
If you can
Like
tell
I'll
ever
break
so
the rock
slightly.
inside. Okay. Yeah, fuck it. We're not in danger, right? Haha.
Doesn't seem like it.
Are there a bunch of people around, or am I in like a very somewhat open space? Like people are busy doing other stuff.
There are people busy doing other stuff. The town is bustling with life, frankly.
Like there's a wedding going on, so I imagine most people are.
Well, outside. You're in town. It was outside of town. Right now, you're find yourself on a street with your wagon standing in front of the shop, as well as the other wagon being like on the side of the shop, and he's unloading the stuff from it. And yeah, there's pedestrians. So you casting the light on the rock, some people made their walk faster. Some people were like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing, man?" Because they got blinded by the light.
I'm just imagining Dunku playing the flute in the background music.
It's just wind blowing at the moment.
Blew all my first level spells, so I kind of want to use a second level spell.
Hey, Pimrich,
Yes.
Kind of spells.
do you have any tools?
What kind of tools are you looking for, my kobold friend?
Yeah.
Didn't like that, but he doesn't show it. Give me a second. I had a list for it.
Do you have any alchemists or leatherworkers tools?
Let me go and have a look around. And he walks from behind the counter and starts walking around the shop.
Before he exits,
Oh, and also carpenter tools.
Gotcha. And he walks around the shop for about 2 minutes, and you can see him like. So there's like little wooden stools that he's using, and then he like uses one. You hear it scratch the wall and then he steps on it, looks on the higher shelf, and like, okay, that's not it, and he's just like talking to himself while doing that. And finally he comes back to you with a box that seems to contain leather and some paints and some tools specifically for carving in the leather. That's the best I could find.
Okay.
he'll then ask,
How much?
"It's 5 gold pieces for leatherworker tool."
Okay, so exactly that.
Okay.
And drops 5 gold pieces onto the table.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you.
Sort of disgust after saying that as he walks away, and then he goes outside and sees Thaddeus.
Oh, hey, that
Is
is.
there any change on the dark wood?
After you cast the light spell?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. You can see that I'm assuming you were holding the 2 balls while you were casting the spell, right?
Like twirling it around in my hand when I did it.
Okay. You see that the dark wood now has a faint but visible maroon lines around it. So all over the ball, there's just like lines that are slightly shining at this moment. And as you look at them after casting the spell, the light slightly dissipates, and it's again just a dark wood ball.
Now Dunku's leatherworker's tools, and he will now use that.
I'll use a second level spell slot to cast Mage Armor on myself. Just to
Okay.
see if anything changes. It's also a material component, so.
Piece of cured leather. Hey, describe the armor for me.
So normally I reach my hand into the crystal, and ice will begin to form up my arm, forming like a pretty like standard and like sort of what is that word? Refined look. Like it's not really like a made for proper armor, like it's ceremonial kind of look
Okay.
normally. I imagine if it goes through, instead of reaching my hand into the cane while I'm spinning it around, ice begins to form on my hand.
Yeah. So what you see is suddenly from the balls, a faint snow begins to emit, and the snow gathers around your arm and forms the armor that you described, but with a difference that it's even more refined. Like you can see every single detail of the armor. And
Is there any additional effects?
no
It
additional.
just looks nicer.
Yeah, that's all.
So my armor class wouldn't go higher. Okay, good to know.
And looking at the balls again, you realize that the light came back again, but stronger. And you can feel that the balls gotten slightly warm in your, not from the warmth of your hand, but from whatever you just did.
Soro sneaks up right behind you and asks you that question. What you doing there?
This appears to function similar to my cane.
Oh, that's
So-
cool.
A bit more. The light on the rock, mechanically speaking, was it like one more additional foot of light?
Yeah, from what you can tell.
Just 1 foot? So 21 feet?
You want to roll for it?
Sure.
Roll
What am I
Arcana.
rolling? Arcana?
Oh my god, go to hell. The light actually was 5 feet more intense.
It's
I know you
too-
like these, but I kind of want it.
Okay.
So, I wouldn't say it's necessary that I have it. It's going to be taking some use to, I think.
It's fine.
Do you have anything you want to trade for it? Makes my spells more powerful.
I don't have anything to trade. I'm fine. I like the thing that I have right in front of me.
And he shows you the leather and also the flute.
That also reminds me, I need to buy more.
And he places the leather tools on his satchel. Different he has. I mean, his belt, sorry.
Started to look more of a fucking tinker.
Me spending 5 spell slots on shopping.
Oh man, I forgot. He isn't proficient with leather tools. Don't put that there. Alrighty.
Alrighty, well, I'm gonna go probably continue shopping. How about you? What you gonna do?
I have some more things to look after. I did spend nearly 200 gold on all of this.
Wow, you're a big buyer.
You're welcome for the flutes. I'm
Well,
going
the-
to hang out here.
Those are free.
he actually thought he stole it.
Oswald's just gonna land on your pack.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and do what you want. I'll be here.
Okay.
Dunkel would actually walk to a different shop. Not something that he's super familiar with, but somewhere new.
I guess. I'll take a look at that map case as well. Well,
Yeah. You look at this amazingly gorgeous map case, and then you open it, and within it you see parchment.
don't know what I was expecting when I opened a map case, but I feel like parchment should have been one. Yeah, I'll take out that parchment. That was definitely not hinted that I should open the map case.
Definitely not. I don't know what you're talking about. That's what you thought.
Gosh, a lot of secrets happening. Oh my god.
On the
Was
highest.
it like a proper map?
Yeah.
I assume that this is like the final version of the map.
Yep. At least as final as I have gotten. But yeah. I'm gonna post it on the called Word Anvil.
Ooh, okay.
So you will have a better quality than this. Alrighty. Should we end it here since nobody's really here? If you wanna,
Unless Butter wants to buy some more stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what Dunkel was gonna do.
Okay. Anything specific that Danko wanted to get?
So, Dunkel is a bit familiar with this place, and he doesn't want to go to a shop that he was at before. So, probably somewhere different and somewhere where he could buy Tinker's tools. I mean, not Tinker's tools, but just tools in general.
Okay. Roll. Yeah, roll investigation.
Okay.
Seven. It takes you a while, and you finally manage to find one of the shops on the corner of the street that appears to be selling what you're looking for.
Ooh, nice.
Dunkel will walk up to it.
You see two windows, flanking a single door on the corner.
Dunkel would enter.
You were looking for tools, yes?
Yes.
You find a shop that has all sorts of tools. You see like painting supplies to the left of you. You see like carver's supplies to the right of you. In front of you there's two aisles that are divided by a single eye in the middle. And there's just plenty and plenty of items that could be to any sort of tradesman.
You know, Dunkel hasn't been so happy in a long while, but this right here he loves.
Real quick, how big is this town?
Oh, it's large, definitely larger than Fall Town. It's
Ooh.
actually a proper town. It's, you would know just from like seeing it that it's important for trade, especially ore trade. There's a lot of people with carts full of charcoal or coal, full of coal, and some other carts that have plenty of boxes inside of them. And whenever the cart shakes, you can actually hear a metallic as well as rocky sound coming from within the crates. So it is a decently sized place.
Wow.
Hey,
Okay.
as you enter the shop, Danko, from behind one of the aisles, you see a head pops in, and it's a ginger-headed dwarven lady. Oh, how are you doing? How can I help you?
Dunkel would pull out his quarterstaff and begin walking with it as a cane.
Hey, she's gonna come up to you, immediately invading your private space. Oh, you're the cobbled one! I've never seen ya! Holy shit! Wow, you're almost like a dragon, but way smaller.
Oh my god, you're so close to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just got so caught into the moment. Welcome to my shop. How are you doing today?
Great. I'm just looking for some tools.
Oh, yes, of course. What kind of tools are you looking for?
The ones that are alchemist and carpenter.
Alchemists, so like jags and some kind of vials.
Yes.
Alrighty, just follow me. And she leads you behind the corner that she popped in from, and on the end base. So imagine each one of the shelves surrounding that middle aisle is like a triangular, but with like bigger edges, so where the items can sit in. So she leads you to the edge that you could not see, and there's plenty of items that you can use for potion or whatever manner of liquid transfusion, transmutation, transcription, whatever word you want to use.
Mm-hmm.
Butter, did you add 250 gold?
No, I didn't.
Okay. You just have a bigger budget now?
Okay. Thank you. So now I have 300 gold. Holy shit.
Wish I had that.
I mean, I'm not including the fucking gems that Dunkel still has.
Yeah, a lot of money to be made.
Yeah. I would like to buy those 2 tools.
And he'll set his quarterstaff on top of the table.
Okay. So what are you buying then?
The carpenters and alchemist tool.
Okay. I would say you almost find everything for the alchemist tools.
Dang.
You get the vials and you get the stuff like the glass rods to use for mixing the liquids and such. But there's just some items missing that would be very useful, like a burner of sort, something like that. Carpenter's tools. Does it say what you need for them?
So alchemist tools require beakers, a metal frame, an open flame. Carpenters, give me a second. Carpenter tools require a saw, a hammer, some nails, a hatchet, a square, a ruler, and adds a plane and a chisel.
Right. You find every single item for that, except for actual canvas or anything for the carpenting.
Canvas. Okay.
Yeah, no canvas. Just the items.
That looks good. I'd like to have the carpenters.
Alrighty. I'll get this ready for you. Right away. The whole time you were around the store, you could feel the breath on your neck. She was just she was like observing every single step of yours.
Oh god. I entered the wrong.
So we don't have to do that anyway if I find it. But Strife did say that basically all gold that he had, he would allow me to use if I needed it.
Yeah.
Though I don't know if I'll ever need to. It was just something I needed to remember. I'm gonna take a look around and see if I can find somebody that works with metal.
Okay.
Not necessarily a blacksmith. A whitesmith would work.
Okay. Hmm.
And to clarify what a whitesmith is, it's like silver, gold, tin,
Yeah.
the lighter metals.
Roll. Yeah, roll investigate.
No,
Oh, wow.
Oh, 3 more
I
than.
can't keep rolling that 20s.
Okay.
So I feel-
You find one of the ore suppliers that are in this space. You come up to a shop that deals with mostly silver. And inside of the shop you find a dwarven female with a single thick ass ponytail.
What time of day is it?
It took you... It's like afternoon, because you've been traveling since the morning.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you as well. How can I help you?
I will say that in Dwarvish, actually.
Hey, you're gonna roll for it
In, like,
because
broken
you're not...
Dwarvish.
Yeah. Roll a d20, let's see how well you do.
Oh, D20, huh? Okay. 11.
11.
Passable.
Yeah, just like me, not fluent, but you get the idea across. Well, look
Wasn't
at you.
quite right.
A human speaking dwarvish. Not very impressive, to be honest. But welcome. How can I help you today?
I felt that jab in my soul. Do you guild things?
I guess I do. What kind of gilding are you looking to have done?
I'm looking to have a flower of sorts, gilded in honestly quite an expensive amount of material.
Specifically, what kinds of golds are you looking to gild it with? Or what kind of treasures you're looking to gild it with?
Adamantine.
Are you looking to use some silver?
If you were to gild, say, a rose in silver, would you be able to get the value of such a thing to about 300 gold worth?
Well, if you
It's
gave
really
me...
hard to ask that sort of question.
Oh, I definitely understand your question. Don't get me wrong. I will say this. If you gave me a whole wall of roses, yes, I would definitely get it to 300 gold pieces worth of silver gilding. I've a single rose gilded with... I'd say the best I could do is about 80-ish range.
And if it was done in gold?
If it was done in gold, then definitely you can have it done. But unfortunately not with me. You will have to seek my colleague. Let's call him acquaintance.
Would you be able to point me in that direction? A
She...
quite expensive item which is why I'm searching.
She shows you a hand with open palm, as if she's expecting something.
I do have something I can do. That I just have to look in my inventory to find out what it was.
It's just
There
funny.
was a gem from that minecart when we first entered that cave.
Yeah,
Do you remember what kind of gem it was?
it was a plain gem. I know it was worth 10 gold pieces. I'm pretty sure.
I'll put that in her hand.
Did you get that from Skulk?
No. I got it from Oswald, who was there when...
Oh yeah. Okay.
She grabs it and then bites on it, just making sure that it's not fake. And you
There's no rocks, so I mean, that's not... that's not completely bizarre.
and you can hear a scratch of a tooth on the surface of the gem, and it kind of gives you this like horrible feeling inside when you like scratch your nails on the chalkboard. I don't know if you felt that, but I hate that.
Oh god.
And alright, I will do.
Sort of grimaces a little bit.
If you leave, go straight to the end of the road. Oh, I just changed that. Go straight to the end of the road. Turn right. You're not gonna miss it.
Thank you for your time. Sorry I couldn't employ your services.
Come again next time, please. And she smiles greatly.
Honestly, I quite prefer the look of silver over gold. Maybe next time, and then I'll leave.
Bring a whole bunch of roses. Then we can talk.
Don't know where I'll get that many, but sure.
Hey, you know where to go.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Okay. You round the first corner and then you follow the road as she told you. And there, amongst the buildings, you find a single place. So you have a 3-story building, and then the bottom story is just open space, with just pillars, wooden pillars holding it up. And in there you can see a dwarf currently working with some gold. He's melting some gold at this. He's got like these steampunk goggles on his face, though he's turned around with his back towards you. But
It's like artificers.
Pretentious way to knock, in my case, I feel, is by using magic, and not by using Mage Hand to knock, by using prestidigitation to make the knocking sound.
okay,
As I walk like to the edge of that.
you see as he's holding the pot with melting gold, with the what are these big thingies called to hold like the jars? Tweezers? No, that's not. Tongs, yeah, there we go. Thank you. Holding the tongs, and then you see him like start looking around the space, not knowing where the sound's coming from, and then turns around, sees you. Hey, how can I help you today?
I've been told that you can gild something
Certainly can.
rose
Of course.
to a particular value that I'm searching for.
He squints his eyes and... Give me just a minute, I'll be with you.
Take your time.
Okay, and then he just finishes melting the gold. It takes him about 5 minutes, over that 1 minute. But finally, he pours it into a mold and sets everything aside and comes up to you. Alright, so what are you looking for? Exactly.
I need a rose, or a flower of some kind, honestly. It doesn't matter. To be gilded to a particular value of 300 gold. Or more.
Alright. Have you got the item to be gilded with you?
I was just curious if it could be done. I can get the item shortly, as well as the payment, of course, but...
Of course. Yeah, most definitely. I can have it done to the value that you require. Although I will need some additional materials for it, such as jewelry, to accompany the gold, of course.
A couple gems.
That will do.
How many gems would you need, value-wise?
If you get me a decently sized rose, I'd say I'd be able to make it with about 100 gold worth of gems. Roughly speaking, of course.
So the moonstone was 50 gold, right? The amethyst that was in that chest, is that also 50 gold?
I would have to check.
Because if so, I would have 100 gold of gem.
So there was 7 10 gold pieces gems, there was 1 amethyst, so amethyst itself is worth 100 gold pieces.
The amethyst alone is
Yep.
enough? I really don't like that color. But I don't really have a choice in the matter at this point. I'll take out the amethyst. I have this.
Oh, that's a beautiful amethyst you got there. I'd say that would do.
Now it's a decently sized amethyst, right? He's not just gonna put that just slap
He-
down. He's probably gonna cut it, right?
Yes, he's gonna
Okay.
deal with it.
All right. As far as aesthetics goes, I'm a little more happy. I'll return shortly with the rose. How much would you need in coin to make such a thing?
Providing I get my materials quite quickly, I'd say... about 400 gold pieces worth of gold, and the amethyst included in that.
300.
About 320 gold pieces worth. As well as, it would take me about another... half a week or so to acquire the materials.
Oh, I'm never getting terrain. All right. I can be done. I'll be back shortly.
Fucking dead, bro.
I'll wait for you.
Imagine.
So I'll go find a rose, like a flower shop or something.
Yeah, that's no problem. There's plenty of flower
Uh,
shops around this place.
What about the one that Oswald?
That was just a flower.
Okay.
It's not a big deal. And also, flowers aren't necessarily expensive.
Imagine.
I'm pretty sure Strifes did say that he could, or I could use the gold if I needed it. But before I make like that purchase, I'll wait till next time. But yeah, I'm gonna find a rose, bring it back to him, give him the amethyst. Assuming that Strife's okay with it, I'll put down the 300 gold as well.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's all my shopping.
Okie dokes. So, mind if you just text me exactly what you just said, basically.
So you want? I'll provide the rose, the amethyst, and 300 gold. Or did you want something else?
Yes. If you, I'm like multitasking at the moment, so I'm not concentrating fully. So if you just text me, I will have a look in a second. But yeah, I guess that concludes today's session, and hopefully next session everyone's in.